Love is Pain, A Marriage of Convenience. Episode 8. Scovia, I know you're home, so get down here right now, you unruly thing. Today you better give me an explanation for your shameful behavior. A middle-aged woman's voice echoes through the house, a hint of fury lacing every syllable. This is Mrs. Corman, Reynolds' mother. Come on, Auntie, please keep it down. We shouldn't make trouble for my cousin. I'm sure she had her reasons to do that. After all, we all know that she was so in love with Brother Reynolds, chimes in Callan, Scovia's younger cousin. Callan's voice was soft, gentle, a stark contrast to the storm brewing in the house. Although it looked like she was trying to help Scovia, in reality she was adding fuel to the fire. Mrs. Corman doesn't miss a beat. Oh, my little Callan, you're so pure and naive. You can't be deceived by Scovia's pretty face. She's a vixen. If only she was a half as elegant as you. Now I feel so ashamed to have a daughter-in-law like her. Scovia, today we will get to the bottom of this matter. But before Mrs. Corman can continue her tirade, a new voice enters the fray. Miss, I'm sorry we couldn't hold them back, says Claire, her voice laced with anxiety. It's okay. Leave them to me. I can handle them. Scovia responds unfazed by them, cool and confident. Mother, or should I say Mrs. Corman, don't you think your actions are a bit too much? Scovia's voice was calm and indifferent, despite the chaos that surrounds her. Mrs. Corman was quick to retort. Too much, you say? How dare you talk to me like that? What did my poor son do to deserve this humiliation? You ungrateful girl, my son treated you so well. Why did you have to do this to him? Why? She throws pictures in front of Scovia. Disgusting, she spits out. Scovia was stunned. She didn't expect them to get as far as to take her photographs with several men. In the pictures of them, she was drinking with 4 different men, whereas in the others were where she left with them hand in hand. Though she had no memory of that night, she was certain that these pictures were phony. Especially the spot and the dress she was wearing were all different. However, Scovia's response to Mrs. Corman was indifferent. So? Did you come all the way here disturbing my sleep for such a trivial matter? What if it's true? What right do you have to barge into my house making a commotion? Who are you to meddle in my business? You! How dare you talk to me like that? Where are your manners? If it weren't for our family's relationship, I wouldn't have accepted you as my daughter-in-law. You're nothing like your younger cousin here, said Mrs. Corman. Ha, for the sake of our family, you say, Scovia replied, while standing with her folded arms crossed as she sized up and down her cousin Callan, while Mrs. Corman kept praising her. Scovia scoffs, and she said indifferently, Since I am not as good as her, why don't you marry her to your son instead? Please, cousin, don't get angry. Auntie didn't mean any harm. Please don't take her seriously. Callan continued. She's just worried about both you and Brother Reynolds, said Callan. Ha! If you didn't speak, I would have forgotten your presence, said Scovia with mocking tone. Sister, why are you getting mad at me? Did I do anything wrong? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to hurt your feelings, I swear, said Callan, pretending to be sorry. Scovia sneered. Shut up, and know how to be grateful when shown goodwill, Callan, and stop putting your nose into my business, Scovia reprimanded. Mother, I don't know what I did to anger my cousin. I don't know why she is being mean to me now, said Callan as she started to cry. Oh God, stop it please. Your pretense disgusts me the most, said Scovia. You, said Mrs. Corman, trembling with anger. Mrs. Corman, let me tell you, from today on, I have nothing to do with your family, so please stop calling me your daughter-in-law. I've never been one and I will never be one in the future. I hope there won't be any more misunderstandings, and please tell your good son not to bother me again. If nothing else, you should leave. Forgive me for lacking behavior. That's how I've always been, said Scovia indifferently. My dearest sister, you can't do this. Please don't rush this. We can talk things through. This is all misunderstanding. Right, Auntie? Said Callan pretentiously. Oh, for God's sake, Callan, please don't call me that. I don't want to have nightmares. Also, please leave before I ask someone to send you out, said Scovia cruelty. Let's go, little Callan. Let's not waste time with her. Without her family, she's nothing compared to you, said Mrs. Corman with an angry tone. But Auntie, what if it's just a misunderstanding, said Callan, pretending to care about her cousin Scovia. Say no more. I won't let her off. I will make her pay for her arrogance. Let's see if the Jones can protect her after they get these filthy photos, said Mrs. Corman, who had always preferred Callan over Scovia. Okay, Auntie Callan will listen to you. But deep down, she was pleased with today's outcome, as she was the one who sent those pictures to Mrs. Corman anonymously. Hey, if your show is over, then take your leave. I don't have a whole day here to entertain you. That's the door. Leave as you came, said Scovia. Mrs. Corman scoffed as she left with Callan. What will happen next? Will Mrs. Corman send those pictures to Scovia's parents to ruin her reputation? Or was she just bragging? Stay tuned for more. Remember, you can also read the novel on the web novel with the same title, Love is Pain, A Marriage of Convenience.